I think we're back. Let me know if we're back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry about that. I think my Wi-Fi just like cut off for a quick second, but we should be back as Wisconsin with the big sack there, forcing a second and 15.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Allen's kind of going conservative here at the just set up a field goal, but we'll see. Field goals are super hard to get this game.
Oh yeah, wildly difficult as again Excel's drop back, had the crosser open, did not see it in time. Now 4th and 12. I don't think, yeah, as we're gonna see South Carolina punt this ball. So yeah, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. My stream went down for a brief second. It should be back now. We should be good to go. Let me know if you're all good in chat. But another, I mean, a huge stop there for Wisconsin, honestly. And Justin, it again has not been the prettiest game in the world from either of them, but he has made the plays when he's needed to, and Allen hasn't.
Yeah, the pressure's starting to get in with the Wisconsin defense, so I don't know if Justin's blitzing more or if just the offensive line just is struggling for Allen here.
9 seconds remaining. We're going to see a conservative play call here, as he should, although may be able to break something here. 34, able to get out of bounds. And, we're still 75 yards away. This is not Hail Mary range, but maybe draw a pass interference. Granted, it's only 15 yards in college football, but see if you can get something freaky going here.
Yeah, I think at this point you just kind of throw something at the wall and hope it sticks.
Yep, and this is the definition of throwing something at the wall and hoping it sticks. He's hoping that Allen's DBs play this poorly. As Tyler Van Dyke gets lit up. I mean, he just set his quarterback up for failure there. So that'll take us to halftime. 14-7 Wisconsin as the Badgers looking to pull off a slight upset here on the road.
Yeah, I mean, Justin has come out and played the exact game plan he's had to have, long drives on offense and just use pressure so Allen can't get those deep balls to his fast, big receivers out there.
Mm-hmm. So we are going to have a kick return. I thought there was a lane there, but there was not. Take us back to 22. And, from Allen's perspective, offensively, I don't even entirely know what the issue is. You can call it play calling. You can call it maybe being a step slow to recognize the pressure. It's been, I think, a little bit of both of that, in my opinion. But what type of adjustments do you think Allen needs to make here to, put together a more effective offense? Because it's just been that deep post on the second drive of the game. And beyond that, it's been kind of rough.
I think he needs on offense is just keep mixing it up more. Don't keep calling the deep passes. Have some shorter routes. Have maybe some run plays. Just you gotta keep Justin on his toes to where he's not predicting what you're gonna do at each play.
So we have another DIY reverses. 34 just gets absolutely stonewalled there, absolutely lit up. And now we have 3rd and long. And if someone in the chat, like I see on my phone that BLN's live, but if someone in the chat could please let me know that we're all good here, I'd appreciate it. Looks like he has whatever the college football equivalent of tank is. They're able to break that first hit stick, but not able to break the second one. I don't know what the fake snaps for is. We will hand it off. 3-man rush. No one's open. Just throw it away as he does exactly that. They could have maybe called intentional grounding there, but they didn't. So now it's throw it or punt this ball.
Unless there's like a limit to if you drop back far enough, that doesn't count.
Maybe. I don't know. He's going to punt it right to the middle of the field, and will South Carolina be able to get some special teams magic going? The answer is maybe as he breaks first tackle. Bennett's able to make it. Whoa, my goodness, Bennett! Punt return! Sheds a tackle and scores!
Yeah, I mean, you got Justin. I mean, I've noticed if you punt to field, you kind of are more susceptible to that, and he has the fast guy back there, and Shifty came into play right there with him breaking tackles and able to cut up field a little bit quicker than anybody else would be able to.
That was electric. A little bit of stickiness, a little bit of luck with the broken tackles, and he was just able to completely, honestly, flip the momentum of this game because Wisconsin had a pretty solid thing going there. Is number 4 trying to make or get his own return touchdown there, not able to do it, and now again, I mean, if you're Justin, like if I told Justin going into this game, it's the 3rd quarter, you have the ball and the game's tied, this is a situation he'll take, no question. But Just gave up a punt return touchdown. Might feel like a punch to the gut. And now we will see what Wisconsin and what Tyler Van Dyke are built of here. Extremely pass heavy here is Wisconsin, which surprised me a little bit. Although there it works, a slightly underthrown corner route though. Oh my God, I don't know what that animation was, but worked out. Gets to the 42.
Yeah, kind of surprising Justin's come out pass heavy, but it looks like Allen is biting on play action. So, I mean, if you can take advantage of it, you just got to hope your offensive line holds up.
Again, some very aggressive play calling here as we have a roll out to the left. May end up having, that's a risky read. Threw it right to the user, intercepted by Floyd. And will this be a pick six? Tries to cut to the left. Does not as he gets decleated. Just a bad read. I'll call it what it is. Threw it right to the user, and now, for the first time, really since the first quarter, South Carolina with some life.
Yeah, I think Justin's just getting too cute with it rather than focusing on what's gotten him to. I mean, having that lead was ground and pound game for him.
Raheem Sanders with a little bit of left stick there, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Made the most of that for game 5. As we're going to see more no huddle, and these no huddle situations. This is where I really hone in on Nick Harbor because you already know he's trying to get him loose. As Sellers not allowed, they're able to take off again. You see the speed there from Sellers. That's a physical freak there too for everyone to deal with.
Yeah, I mean he had that play drawn up to. It was pass or scramble, and he found the hole perfectly to scramble out on that one.
Absolutely. 1st and 10 here is, again, we're going to have another jet touch pass, which seems to be a early staple of this offense is Nick Harbor with some room. Oh, my goodness. Even on plays where, it's not a deep shot with his platinum takeoff, you can still just see the speed difference between him and everyone else on the field.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just even on that jet sweep, he had all the room, or had no room, but the speed got him there.
Comes out man coverage, so he will drop back, have the drag route open. Instead goes the deeper dig route as Brown tried to strip it, not able to do so, and now knock on the doorstep here is South Carolina.
Yeah, it's looking like Allen's kind of found his groove and found what Justin's doing on defense, and now he's adjusted and taking advantage of it.
Gotta be feeling, confidence-wise, you get a punt return touchdown. Justin comes out, immediately throws a pick. Is this a double pass? No, it's not. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, but Nick Harbor. Oh, my goodness, Nick Harbor just breaking tackles. And I like what we're seeing Allen doing in terms of the multiple ways he's getting the ball into Nick Harbor's hands. It's not just the deep shots, right? He's doing these RPOs, he's doing these jet touch passes. Any way that you can get the 99 speed nightmare, the ball is effective here for the South Carolina offense, and I like what I'm seeing from Allen in that regard. Even though it hasn't been the absolute prettiest offensive game, I like what I see there. As he will cut up and easily walk in. South Carolina takes their first lead of the day.
Yeah, the creativity coming out of Allen on this drive, just to the jet pass, the motion RPO pass to him out of the backfield. He's doing everything he can to get his playmakers the ball. And Justin, I think, having a hard time adjusting to some of these motions and RPOs. So, find what works, and he used it that drive to drive right down the field.
Yeah, if you have a guy, and I've had this experience with a couple of BL members in Madden too. If you find someone who keeps biting on the motion and on the fakes and all that, just run it. You'll get their user off kilter, and I think we're seeing a little bit of that here from Allen. It seems like after what was honestly a pretty ugly first half offensively, it seems like he's kind of starting to find his groove here. Stretch goes for absolutely nothing, and if you're Justin, your head's got to be spinning here, not just out of the fireball, although that's got his head spinning too, I'm sure, but his offense all of a sudden has really stalled out, and need to get some momentum going here as the 4-man rush gets through, although angle route, not lit up, but dislodged the ball there to the user, and now we have another 3rd and long.
Yeah, it's looking like Justin's tactic of the motions, the reverses, all of that. Allen's kind of not biting as much anymore, so it's kind of coming down to, can your players make the plays? And you're seeing the skill positions at Wisconsin might not be fully up to par yet.
Correct. Correct, as we are going to see Tyler Van Dyke try his absolute best with this cauldron of noise here as the six-man rush gets in immediately as Tyler Van Dyke not able to get the throw off, and now serious piss at his wide receiver there, just throwing a tantrum on the field damn near. We'll see another punt return touchdown. Oof, there was a hole, but the answer is no. But yeah, I mean, South Carolina already like on the other side of midfield. This is danger territory here for Wisconsin.
Yeah, I mean, I think all the momentum swung back to Allen, and now it's just keep Justin on his toes and just keep attacking.
Absolutely. And yep, you got to have, and I say this is someone, as Nick Sellers is going to drop back, will take that shot. It is well guarded, but it will not matter. Sellers to Harbor. Not the last time we're going to say that, ladies and gentlemen. A bomb there to Harbor to really break this game open.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much you can do to contain.
Yeah.
And just, Allen saw that one-on-one coverage with no help over the top and finally was able to get it to the back of the end zone.
Just, now, again, sky kick this. We're not going to see anyone sky kick it. You know what, maybe a show of respect there from both guys because they know that the roughing the kicker calls in this game are some BS.
Oh, absolutely.
Dan going all the way back to the play action interception that Tyler Van Dyke threw, says you can't make that throw. Lol. Hero saying Justin has fallen apart. This offense is just not it right now. It is not. And this is, if Justin doesn't put 7 on the board here, I'm declaring this game over because you can't then expect to have 2 more drives where you can, put points on the board, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's come down to where he has to find an offensive identity again.
Yep. Got to re-find it, as we have timeout from South Carolina. Did not like the setup there. They got to put that Gamecock on a watch list, man. I don't like the way it was gyrating at me just now. I feel a little, I don't know how to feel about that.
I mean, from being a preschool teacher, I am a mandated reporter, so I might have to make a call to South Carolina.
That was a fun little play, as we have a nice little kind of orbit screen with a touch pass option there. That was, I might try to find that. That was kind of cute. That's kind of cute, Justin, if you listen back to this. But, yeah, cuteness, as we've seen in this game, cuteness can only get you so far.
Yeah, I think that's one of the problems Justin is facing right now is his predicated on a lot of motion and window dressing.
And here's the thing about this is that, yeah, that's intentional grounding. Does not get bailed out this time. It's like I say this as someone who, like, I mean, y'all saw it against Kentucky. Like, I also have a lot of motion. I also have a lot of, you could call cuteness in my offense. But at the end of the day, you got to have, like, a quote-unquote real offense, too. One that's not just predicated on just, like, misleading the user. And we just haven't seen... Ooh, a nice little switch stick there. I don't know if y'all saw that. That was a good switch stick, and that was a horrible read by Van Dyke. I think the fireball... What the fuck is going on? He showed out for the people. And ladies and gentlemen, I need y'all to show out for the people right now. Put your fours in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, I think Justin just is starting to force it. I think he's just kind of lost it on offense.
Yeah. He had a good half. He had a good first half, and it seems like maybe in halftime, maybe the South Carolina coaching staff made some adjustments. A seam shot to Campbell. A beautiful read. Honestly, probably on his best throw of the day there, in my opinion, because he's immediately able to take it near the goal line. Yeah, he's had a good half, and Allen adjusted, and Justin has not been able to readjust. So we have a quarterback counter there. Sellers cuts up and fights his way in, and the route is on here at Williams-Brice Stadium.
Yeah, I mean, Allen's 100% found his groove, and for the most part, it hasn't really involved Nick Harbor. I mean, the one big play, but the rest of it to Harbor's just been short, but he's been finding everybody else as Justin switches his focus over to Harbor.
I'm going to be honest with you, Cam, and let me know how you feel about this. Do you think there's something to turning roughing the kicker off in this league? Because I've seen, like, 4 times across the 3 games I've seen like a roughing the kicker happen that the users had no control over.
So playing offline, I was using Iowa State against Iowa, and I think I had a drive with Iowa State where I got stopped 3 separate times, but 3 roughing the kicker calls kept my drive going, and it was all in one drive. I got 3 roughing the kicker calls.
Yeah.
I think it's worth checking out. I mean, I wouldn't do it immediately right now, but
No, for
maybe
yeah.
mid-season check.
No, I mean we need more of a sample size in this, but we'll see. As Y's open ends up hitting Y, and I was about to say overthrown, but it was not overthrown. The freshman, we kind of talked over it, but Tyler Van Dyke hits the bench. I guess Justin blaming Van Dyke for his own shitty reads, but freshman comes in and immediately makes Coach Teely look pretty good there. Coach Crockett, as he will
Yeah,
do a
I mean,
speed option, as Allen plays that perfectly.
yeah, I mean, he got a look he liked, but I mean, that speed option was dead in the water with this defensive setup that Allen had.
That was one where like if you weren't able to keep it with your quarterback, yeah, there's nothing you can do there. Got to get going here. It is Wisconsin. I mean, the game. It's probably in reality, it's probably over. In terms of like game script, it's not completely over. Again, good switch. Oh, good usering, but ladies and gentlemen, will this be a pick six? Oh my god, I don't know who just got bodied over there. I think that was the quarterback, but I want y'all to hang that up in the Louvre for how to use the switch stick in college football 25. Because Allen took away like 2 different routes there just through the switch stick. That was beautiful stuff.
I mean, I haven't even tried to use a switch stick, but just watching that makes me want to try. So that was just beautiful on Allen's part, and just a shitty kick and a shitty read by Justin.
Yes, and Warren making a good point. I mean, yeah, despite the switch stick, yes, he was also open for a while before Justin threw that. Still good switch stick there by Allen. And, man, I mean, with a minute left in the first half, like, Justin was up 7 with the ball. We were talking about, like, Allen might be in trouble here if he can't, like, get some points on the board. And, it's roughing the passer, I believe, there, as the blitz got in a bit late. No, holding on the senior center there, is Wisconsin starting to fall apart in all facets of the game, ladies and gentlemen. And Dan started the chant with me. SCC, SCC, SCC. Read
I
option
mean,
here
you
is
can
there.
just drop the E out of that. I think it's just SC at this point.
SC, SC, SC. Love that too. Some of these offenses are cooked, no identity. Yeah, I mean, we've seen. I mean, Phil's just running his Madden offense, so that's an identity. It may not be a good one, but it's an identity. Steele, I don't know what he was doing, and now Wisconsin again had a decent first half, but now I don't know what Justin's doing. And again, this is what as we have a deep shot here, as that might hit, as it does hit a beautiful deep shot to Green as stems the bleeding here for Wisconsin, but. Again, this is what, and I agree with Cam when he said this. Like, some guys are going to take, a half season, if not a full season, to figure out their offensive identity. Like, this is a different game, a lot of different tools in the playbook. Okay, if my player Gritty down 3 scores in the fourth quarter, I would bench his ass for the rest of the season. I'm sorry. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable, Cam. I mean, you're the Michigan coach. Like, if one of your players does that, he's hitting the bench, I hope.
Now, I mean, if it's to Gritty or a dance, absolutely. But like, if my guy hits the Heisman, I mean, that's just a Michigan celebration, so I can't be mad at that.
Down 3 scores and a guy hits the Heisman. I kind of love that. 42-20 here. We're gonna see. We're gonna see the Xbox logo is what we're gonna see, ladies and gentlemen. Cool.
Looks like their game's crashed.
Oh, the game crashed. All right. Well, we had ourselves our first rage quit of the cycle. It only took 3 games, but yeah. I mean, I guess that's effectively the end of the game here. We'll see if either guy joins us here in the Discord. But for now, I mean, quick reactions to this. What was a competitive game for the first half, and then it really just Allen just blew the doors off him in the second. What's your quick reaction to this one before we get to questions, Cam?
I mean, that first half was, I mean, both teams feeling out the game flow. I mean, Justin had the long extended drives with a lot of running, short passes. Allen feeling out if he can get the deep pass. But I mean, that second half, I don't know what happened with Justin going away from the ground and pound, but I think Allen just started getting those shots, and it was just body shot after body shot before the knockout came there at the end.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it felt like punt return touchdown, immediate interception that Justin throws, and then like a bomb to Harbor, and then like a deep like it was just all these just in quick succession. Like the game just completely flipped. We do have both guys in here. Shout out to both of you for joining us. Alan, we'll start with you again. Congrats on the win. Obviously, disconnect, not the way you want it to end, but congrats on the dub. And what's just your quick reaction to that game before we get to questions?
Yeah, man. I feel like I came out very, very, very slow. I don't know what was going wrong with me in the first half, but I definitely wasn't up to my standards. So I was like, all right, let's just take our time. And I guess I was just so focused on, okay, got to get Harbor open, going early. Everybody's watching, blah blah blah. Instead of just playing my game, so I was like, you know what, forget Harbor. He'll get it when he gets it, and we just kind of settled in. And um, I knew eventually, like we'd get warm and get some stops and whatnot. But it was a good game. I'm glad to come away with the win. I hate that it dashed, but you know it is what it is. I think Justin played a good game. He just those mistakes are what killed him. But it was fun.
Um, yeah, I mean, like you said, kind of a tale of two halves. Bit of a slow start on offense, and then you were really able to kind of pick it up starting the second half. At what point in the game did you feel kind of settled in on offense? Like, was there a specific moment where you kind of gained your confidence, or was it more of like a, issue with reads, or when would you say you like settled down on offense?
Um, After that punt return,
Yeah.
honestly, man, I think this being a new game, week zero game, I don't know. Maybe the jitters got to me because I don't play like that. Like the first half, that wasn't me. So I don't know. But after we got the pick six, I was like, all right, we got to lock in. You know what I'm saying? Defense, let's get going. And once the defense showed me they came to play, I was like, all right, offensively, let's just take our time and get what we can get. So from that point on, I felt pretty comfortable.
Cam, you got any questions for Alan?
I mean, Connor and I talked about this throughout the game about finding offensive identities and how long it's going to take. I mean, do you feel like you have an offensive identity yet, or is it kind of just a work in progress and we'll see where we get throughout the season?
Uh, I think I do, but it's also work in progress. Just experiment and trying a lot of new things, and also not trying to show too much early because I got a very, very, very tough schedule. But yes and no. I think it'll evolve for everybody throughout the cycle. But we're working on it outside of everybody knows Harbor is my best player. So outside of him, just kind of scheming around him, using him as decoys more and stuff like that. So I would say yes and no to that.
Okay.
We'll get back to you, Alan, for your kind of like final thoughts on this game, but we move over to Justin now. Justin, I mean, honestly, I thought a very solid first half from you. Had some interesting tricks up your sleeve, some interesting plays. Had a couple nice long developed drives that ended in touchdowns, but ultimately, just second half it just seemed to flip on you. Before we get to questions, what are your quick thoughts on the game?
Uh, yeah, pretty much what you guys were saying. I So like first half, I was there, I was locked in, and then the punt return happened through a pick, and then it just started spiraling for me pretty much. And at some point, just nothing that I was doing on offense worked. These guys were getting through my line in like 2 seconds, had zero time. Nobody was getting open. It was tough second half.
I hope I'm not stealing Cam's question here, but I'm gonna ask you the same question that Cam just asked Alan about offensive identity. Obviously, for everyone, it's a little bit of a work in progress. This is a new game that's has a ton of new plays in it. We're using new teams that we may not be entirely used to. How far along would you say you are in finding your offensive identity in this game with this Wisconsin roster?
Well, as we speak, I'm currently retooling my playbook, so
Ooh. Okay.
we're
So,
you're you're doubled up with. I feel like I have a little bit of a doubled up because I'm playing with the Wisconsin team who also is struggling with offensive identity as they're like switching to an air raid from the power run. But as someone who would be a little more comfortable with the power run scheme, it's getting some taken used to. A lot of the players are like you can tell some of the players are kind of from the old team, some of them are from the new team. It's it's gonna be tough to figure out, but I just need to get some more plays I'm comfortable with, and I'll just figure it out as we go.
what do you got, Cam?
I mean, that first half you took advantage of using the motions, the reverses, and all that. But I mean, I guess my question is how much of your offense is predicated on the motions compared to just like you said you wanted to switch to more power run rather than air raid, but I mean you have look that freshman quarterback had some wheels, so I mean is an option a
Yeah,
possibility?
possibly. Like I thought about maybe using him as like my main guy, but I don't know. I mean, none of my quarterbacks have a mental ability, so it's like it doesn't really matter if my regular starter Van Dyke, if his overall is way better, he's also only 70 speed, and like I'm someone who needs like a little bit of movement out of my quarterback. I'm not someone that can just sit in the pocket and make reads all day, so we might end up going to a different quarterback. But definitely have thought about just switching fully to a spread offense.
For sure. Again, Justin, thanks so much for joining the booth. Obviously, tough start to the season, not the way you want to start, but conference play rolls around. I suspect that you'll be able to make a name for yourself within the Big 12, and I look forward to seeing how your offensive identity continues to evolve throughout the season. Alan, we move back to you. Just final thoughts on this game, on the on week 0 in general. Just anything you want to talk about before we cut the stream off.
Yeah, man. I'm just excited. All this football. You know, it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm excited to really build this team. We got a lot of seniors on defense, and so next year it's going to be a pretty new unit out there. So just excited to see, how the game progresses and what I come up with as I lab a little more. But yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a tough year for me. I got a lot of tough road games, so just mentally preparing for that. But other than that, I'm excited, and thank you guys for coming.
Appreciate it. Along with Cam, I am Connor here on Better League Network, and again, appreciate you all for watching. We had a consistent 13 to 15 viewers this whole time, and nice active chat as well. I appreciate that. I think there's one more game for week 0. Boise State Cincinnati. It's going to go down early afternoon tomorrow, and then we are going to advance to week 1 where everyone has a game except for the Utah Utes. So I will be chilling. I will be in the commentary booth, and I'll be watching most of y'all start your seasons. So I look forward to that. But again, thank you all so much for watching and watching my game as well, watching James Madison, Oregon as well. And this has been a fun day here for Middle League.